Hey everybody, it's Erin. I'm here to show you how to create a drawstring bag or open sack with the coin purse 2 dies, and an extra option for you, and one that I really like. I have some Valentine's Day treats that I'm creating, and to show you the decorative detail, there's a ribbon die so you can weave in ribbon all the way around the back and tie in the front. So let's go ahead and get started. These are all the dies for the coin purse 2. You can make a coin purse, or like in this tutorial, we are just using this piece and this piece to create this. That's all you need. It's very simple. If you want to try stitching dies, this is a perfect option for you. All right, let's go ahead and get started. You place your felt on your cutting plates, and then you place your die on top. The slot die for the ribbon, because this is an open die, the larger die is open, you can cut this all at once. So you position that on that little indent, the little corners kind of nip in a little bit, and that gives you sort of a landmark as far as where to place this die for the slots for the ribbon. And while I was at it, I also added the small stitched alphabet dies, so I would only run this through once. Okay, I went ahead and cut a second one without the alphabet dies because I only wanted those on the one side, and I stitched them in. And I also cleared out all the felt plugs with the back side on my needle. Now for this particular style, turn the alphabet stitches facing in. So this is the back side, the bad, messy side. And at the corners, where they nip in, where that was your guideline for adding the ribbon slot dies, that's where we're going to want to start stitching. And we're going to go down 2/3 of the length around and back up to the same point on the opposite end using a running stitch. Now, because I'm turning this inside out, if you noticed when I showed you the example, the bottom is turned inside out, the seams are hidden. I think it's a smart idea to use a matching floss color to your felt. That way it's camouflaged really well. Okay, we made it up to the other side where the little indent is, and now I'm reversing my running stitch and going back to the beginning. I just wanted to show you where you turn around. And this fills in all the gaps in the one-way running stitch. And we're just going to go back around the other side. Okay, I've gone ahead and done that, and now I'm going to tie off my thread. Now, it's my habit to tie the thread off on the inside between the 2 layers of felt, and I did that here just because I wasn't thinking. It actually doesn't matter on this one because it's getting turned inside out, and this particular area on the little drawstring bag is being covered up with ribbon. So, habits die hard, I guess, but it doesn't matter. So double knot and snip your thread. Now it's time to turn this inside out, just like doing laundry and socks. The felt is thick and doesn't have any drape, and so on the corners you're going to have to get your fingers in there and kind of pop those corners out. And as you can see, our lettering is now on the outside, the right side. Just push down on those corners. And I mentioned before using matching floss to your felt. It really hides it right here. If you used a different color, it would show a little too much. So that's why you want to do that. Okay, moving on to the next step. Okay, we have all these stitching holes up around the top third of our drawstring sack or bag, drawstring bag. And we're just going to do some simple decorative stitching with a basting stitch, which is like a running stitch, but we're not reversing it. And to make quick work of this, I kind of weave my needle in several holes at once, and it actually saves a lot of time. Now I want to mention that you are only stitching through 1 layer of felt here because the top of the sack or drawstring bag is open. And you just want to be rather gentle with pulling the thread through so things don't pucker up. Okay, when you get to the opposite side, you stick your needle and thread through both layers of felt to get on the back side of the bag, and now we're going to just do the simple basting stitch on the back side. So you kind of just go in a circle if you want to think of it that way. And we're going to return back to where our tail is, And then you're just going to tie it off. And it doesn't matter much where your knots and strings are because it's getting covered up with ribbon. So don't fuss too much there. Okay, all the slots here are sized to fit the Papertrey ribbon perfectly. It's nice when you can do that. I have the pure poppy grosgrain. You're gonna, eyeball it. You're gonna need between 18 and 20 inches of ribbon and cut it at an angle with a little extra at the end because that point of the ribbon helps you sort of weave it in and out of these slots. Now starting at the front middle, leave yourself a good length to tie half of a bow, and then just weave your ribbon all the way around this bag or sack until you meet up with the other end. And it goes right along the back, and it's sized and spaced perfectly so the side ribbon lengths are the same as the ones in the middle. It's a lot of fun. Okay, I've gotten back to the beginning. If you notice, the end of my ribbon, because I was using it sort of to point through and poke through, is frayed. So I'm just going to cut that off. And now I'm just going to tie a bow. And I'm horrible at tying bows. So watch Erin Lincoln awkwardly tie ribbon. I actually, if my mom was around, I'd have her do this for me. Sometimes I do save stuff like this for my mom. There you go. And back to the glamour shot of the 3 little drawstring bags, all ready for Valentine's Day, holding a card and a fancy chocolate bar. A nice size for that, which is a great gift at any time, a nice chocolate bar for a friend. Okay, thanks for joining me. I hope you're interested in the new coin purse 2 dies, which are going to be available January 15th, 2016 at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. All right, I'll see you again with another stitching project.